Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when and where you're viewing this recorded demonstration of Church Community Builder schedules from. My name is Eric Smith, and I'm going to be your guide as we go through the scheduling tools within our software. Just a little bit about myself. I've been at Church Community Builder on the sales team here for about 4.5 years. And I also get the benefit of actually using this software at my local church here in Colorado Springs, where I get to help with the scheduling. I get to help with check-in and several other items as well. So enough about me. Let's go ahead and jump right in to the schedules. As I pull up the schedule interface, just want to quickly share that we give you a lot of flexibility and a lot of power in how you build these schedules. Starting right from building your specific teams, you can see here that we have some quick examples of a welcome team and children's ministry volunteers. You may have a lot more, you may have less. It all depends on how you decide to build your teams and your schedules within your specific ministry. But for today's example, we're going to go ahead and jump into our welcome team. And as we jump in there, you're going to see here, I have the ability to basically add and create specific weeks that I want. And I can jump into a specific week, which will pull me right into what we call our grid. The grid is nice because it allows me to schedule individuals directly, but I can also even add weeks on the fly if I want to go ahead and build out those schedules in advance. Now, before I talk about the grid in a little bit more detail, I actually want to just show you different tools and resources that can actually help us populate that grid. And so there's kind of two different interactive components that will allow me to populate that. The first is from our Teams and Positions tab, where we're building out, again, those specific teams and those positions within those teams, where we can add and remove people on the fly for those specific positions as needed. I also have the ability to go in here and manage serving rotations. Now, this is something that I actually get to use at my local church, because we have decided we wanted our volunteers to just serve on specific weeks of that month. And I know that I serve on the welcome team on the third week of every single month. And so my schedule doesn't change much. And because we have that format set up, you can actually use that and benefit from building it into the software rather than having to do that in spreadsheets or sticky notes or any other way that you may be managing that outside of software. Now, once that's all built out, when I go back into that grid, I have the ability to schedule my volunteers from those specific tabs. So maybe I want to go in for my next week here, and I want to go ahead and add my serving rotation. And so I know for that second week, my beta team is the team that volunteers on that second week. And so when I go ahead and add the beta team, it's going to automatically pre-populate that schedule with the individuals from that rotation. Now, maybe I'm not using the rotation. Maybe I'm just adding people on the fly for my positions. And so I can go ahead and add the volunteer button. It's going to show me the people that are available, the people that are unavailable, and the reason why. And I can just go ahead and, again, add them individually as needed. Now, once my schedule is actually built out, then the question is, how do we inform people? And so I can go in here and I can send out text messages and emails to all of my volunteers to inform them about the positions that we're wanting them to serve in. And so now I'm going to take a moment here, and I just want to show you on my phone, from the perspective of a volunteer, what they're able to do. And so you can see here, I'm just in my email client. I have this specific request to serve. And when I hit respond, it's going to take me to basically a logged out interface of the software, where it's going to show me, hey, here's all the different positions or requests that you have outstanding. And so, hey, I'm feeling generous today, even though I've been requested for two different services. I'm going to request both of those, and it's going to actually update to my calendar, inform me before I need to serve to remember not to forget. And it's also going to inform the schedulers so they're aware that I have accepted. The other nice thing is, from this logged out interface, I can manage my serving. I can look for the serving requests. I can open or look for new positions to serve. I can even manage my preferences and availability. So if I know, hey, it's Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up, I can block out my dates to make sure that I don't get scheduled. So a lot of great ways for me as a volunteer to be able to interact with the scheduler and do things without jumping through the hoops. All right, so wrapping up schedules, I want to show you what we call our service plans. The service plans within Church Community Builder allow you to build out the specific schedules that make sense for your service. Now, this could be for kids ministry, this could be for the worship service, you name it. You can be flexible in what you build out. In this example, you can see we've listed out exactly what's happening in the main service, when it's happening, how long it's going to happen, and then it's giving us a total duration to make sure that we're going to be on track for that specific service. So in a nutshell, that was Church Community Builder schedules. I look forward to seeing you all in future videos. Thanks.